What's up, Get 'em On family? Guess what? It's the last day of school. He's out.
I'm going to Aquatica.
Yeah, he's going to Aquatica this weekend.
Yeah.
But since it's the last day of school, we're going fishing, of course. But first, we got to get some bait. And to get some bait, we're going to go to where else? Walmart. Now, Walmart is not a great place to get fishing lures and stuff like that. And it's not because they don't have good stuff. It's because there's really not anyone there to help you. And if you don't know what you're looking for, you're going to get lost very quickly.
And go to a local bait store instead.
Yeah, we do go to local bait stores a lot, but when I want specialty stuff. But I really know what I need, so I can get it from Walmart. I'm going to give you a couple tips, a couple things. If you're going to go shopping at Walmart, this is stuff to look out for. And it's not just fishing; it's just shopping in general. And first things first is when you go to Walmart, always park facing forward. I don't know how many near accidents I've seen in people getting fender benders and ran into carts and people walking all over the place. I like to see where I'm going when I pull out. I hate backing up at Walmart.
Yeah.
Shocker, shocker. There is nobody at the counter. Excuse me, sir. Do you have Whopper Ploppers? Hello? No. Luckily, we don't need a license or anything. Okay, so, maybe you're a first timer, you haven't fished before, or maybe you just come down to Florida for vacation. You stop into Walmart, you got to pick up some supplies, and you just don't know where to get, or don't know what to get. So, just keep everything simple. Most of the stuff in Walmart's always going to be general purpose, but most of it's kind of junk. So you really got to know what to look for. So, just to keep it simple, you need line, I would probably go with fluorocarbon or a monofilament, because if you're new, you don't want to be tying on leaders because you don't know how to tie the leader to main line, not yet. So you should just be able to tie a hook onto the line. So try to stay with a monofilament or a fluorocarbon.
Dad, you can get your scarf.
They got scarves? Oh yeah, they do have scarves.
Definitely.
And it's basically set up like, a lot of the kids are young, you don't know what I'm talking about. It's kind of set up in a bar system. So the cheaper stuff is on the bottom shelf, the more expensive stuff's on the top shelf. Now, if you're going to use braid, like I use braid, there's only one name in braid that I like, and that's Power Pro. Power Pro is my jam. I love Power Pro.
I know.
And this leader material with Berkeley Vanish. Matter of fact, I might actually get some of this. You know what? I don't need braid. I got braid. And I have leader material. I don't need any of that. I just like it. So get some monofilament, some fluorocarbon, and then when you're done with that, you need a hook. Now your hooks, the only thing you really need to worry about right now, especially if you're a beginner, get circle hooks. Circle hooks have this little teeny tiny point on there. It kind of curves in. And the reason is for that is because it routes everything to the corner of the fish's mouth and it kind of sets itself. So you don't have to set the hook on time. At least you do have to set the hook, but you don't have to be super precise with it. Now this whole entire section, hard baits, soft plastics, don't even look in here. This is just going to confuse you. Now this stuff I've always been curious about was this chum. I don't know if I could just put cat food in a bag and do the same thing, so I might try that. They have this shrimp. You're going to be tempted to get this shrimp, but do not get the shrimp. This shrimp is it's cured and it's soft. It falls off the hook very, very, very easily. I suggest if you're going to get shrimp, go over to where they got the groceries, go in the freezer section and get yourself some shrimp, or if they have it already thawed especially with the skin still on it, get that. Now, if you're going to need a rod, now you see rods like this.
Oh, I like those rods.
Yes, this is a Lew's rod.
You know why
Lew's makes good stuff.
You know why I like it?
Why do you like it?
This part, it's comfortable.
Yep, it's got an EVA grip. Now there's a difference in rods, and if you're not tying on leaders, this really isn't a big factor.
I like that rod.
But I tie leaders, and I always like the front eyelet, the very tip, to be wide enough to accommodate my knot to slide through without binding up on the eyelets, because that's going to hinder your casting distance. So my general rule of thumb is, if I can take my pinky and stick my pinky in the eyelet and see some of my pinky coming through, that's big enough.
Yeah.
But the bigger the rod tip, the better, because you're going to be able to cast farther. There's not going to be as much stuff getting,
That's why
you know,
surf
binding up
rods
your
are
cast.
good for casting.
Yeah, that's why that and that they're longer. I mean, look at those surf rods. Those things are massive. They have like 14, 15 foot surf rods.
Those are for, oh my god, bigger than any reel in the world.
It's a Daiwa.
It's the biggest reel in the world.
Now, I like this brand a lot, Ugly Stick. I've had an Ugly Stick for at least 10
Okay,
years
look.
and it hasn't broken yet. Whereas all my other rods I've gotten,
Man, I
I've
want-
broken. So I you know, the Ugly Stick's not a super high-end brand, but I trust those rods. I really like them. He actually has one. I actually have two of them. He has
Actually,
one.
almost every single rod we have is one.
Well, our surf rod's not an Ugly Stick,
Yeah.
which might change in the future. I need to buy an Ugly Stick surf rod, or I need a surf rod, just a longer rod in general. I was thinking about actually going towards a steelhead trout rod, or yeah, because they're longer. They're like 9 foot. I need a 9 foot rod, but I don't want one of those big, huge, heavy, bulky surf rods. That's kind of unnecessary. You're really not going to catch fish that big in the ocean. I mean, it is possible, but not very likely.
Get your shark.
Now, what you're going to need after your line, after your hook, are weights. Now, I typically, especially for kids, for first timers, I go with split shot weights, because if you make a mistake, you can always remove it and add a bigger one, or take it off and add a smaller one. And so that's pretty much all you're going to need. You're going to need
It's basically
a rod,
circle.
line,
Guys, it's a circle with a line. in it.
hooks, and weights, and bait. That's all you need to fish.
And line.
Well, I said line. And a
you
lot of
need
these,
rod.
if you buy a
You need
combo,
rod and reel.
yeah, if you buy a rod and reel combo, a lot of them come with line already on them.
Guys.
It's typically monofilament. It's usually about 8-pound test or 6-pound test. It's not the strongest stuff in the world.
Guys, by the way, a split shot weight is just a tiny little ball with a line in it.
Well, a split shot weight is a lead ball that splits open. Matter of fact, I'll find one and show you one.
Right here.
Is that a split shot weight?
They're tiny.
Yep,
Tiny.
these are split shot weights.
And
See, it's
they're-
just a lead ball with a hole with
But look how tiny
a
those
groove in
things
it.
are.
You put the line in there and you pinch it around your line. If you make a mistake, you can back it off, take the weight off,
Guys, look how
replace it with a
tiny
bigger
they
one or a
make
small
them.
one.
Look how
Yeah.
tiny.
Yeah, they make them very, very small. Now, as far as weight goes, I usually hover around 1/4 ounce or 1/8 of an ounce. 1/8 of an ounce or a 1/4 ounce. That's it. You really don't need much of anything else. If you need more weight, especially with the split shots, you can just add another weight. Yep. So you're gonna notice stuff like this whole package deal. These are pretty cool and they're very appealing. I mean, it's cool colors, it's a cool design and everything like that. But what they're covering up with that is this handle is plastic. This spin thing is plastic. This bail is super thin. If you drop that, it will break. These baits are garbage.
Yeah.
These eyelets will fall out. It is a garbage rod. You need to find something with a metal handle that's plastic.
And you need something like that.
You know,
You need
it's
something like
very
those.
rare to find a decent reel at Walmart, but it's not impossible. Like this Lew's reel is a decent reel. It's probably the best out of the bunch. As you notice, the bail
That it's missing
is
the
very
top
thick.
eyelet. Don't get this rod, guys. It's missing a
Nothing
top
is
eyelet.
impeding the movement. The spool is aluminum. The spin is aluminum. The handle is aluminum. The body is, however, plastic, but that's a good reel.
By
I
the
would
way,
get
guys,
that.
don't get this loose rod because the top eyelet's missing.
Yeah, well, that Lew's rod, the top eyelet's broken off, so I wouldn't get that one. Okay, so as far as bait goes, if you're gonna go fishing in the river here in Florida, get shrimp. That catches everything. If you're gonna go in any type of fresh water, this is what you need. Worms.
And you
Live
catch a
bait
lot of
worms.
bass.
Just get some worms. You will catch fish on these.
Ooh la la.
The lures are just too confusing right now. Yep, am I getting old that I think this is cool? It says snook on it. It's supposed to say get 'em on. I don't know why it doesn't say get 'em on it.
Yeah, that's
They messed up. They messed up our hat.
yeah. One job.
That was your one job.
Yeah. Which way?
Okay, so we just got out of Walmart, and as you can see, I got a bunch of groceries. But this is the only time I do not like having a tackle bag in the trunk of my car. And And if you guys are planning on getting one of these Kia Souls, just know that the trunk is teeny tiny, and it does not come with a spare tire. I'm not going to show you under there because it's a freaking mess under there. But it's kind of like, you know how you throw everything under your bed when you clean. Well, when I clean my car, I throw everything underneath there. There's camera gear, there's all kinds of stuff. There's probably lures and junk in there, umbrellas, all kinds of stuff. But it does not come with a spare tire. It comes with a can of Fix-A-Flat. Stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life. So that concludes our trip to Walmart. Maybe we'll go to some other places like Bass Pro, a couple local places like Strike Zone, some mom and pop bait shops, to see what they have and see if it's a better deal for you guys to stop into one of those instead of maybe a Walmart. But you know, or you know, I could hook a camera up on my cart and you guys could watch me do grocery shopping. I do that at least once a week, so that's an idea. It sounds pretty boring though. Yeah, I gotta get home, put all these groceries away. Fun. But then we're going fishing. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about rod tips. This is a small little panfish rod. See, it's pretty small. It's not terrible, it's not too bad. But then you look at my rod that I use all the time. Actually, this is Jamison's rod. See how much bigger the rod tip is, the hole in the rod tip. Let me put them side by side so you can see the difference. But I like those big open rod tips. They're really easy for the line-to-line knot to slide through. The one on the right, that's the smaller one. That's the little panfish rod. And the other one on the right is the ugly stick. And I really like the ugly stick eyelets. Nice and wide open. You don't get, you know, it doesn't get hung up. It's great. Okay, so check it out, guys. This used to be my grandpa's, and I went over to my grandmother's house recently, and she gave me a bunch of his old fishing stuff. Now this is a fly rod. I've never actually used one, and I noticed that this line on here, this line is just, it's trash. It's old. It's very old. This needs to be replaced before I can even test to see if I can use this or not. So, you know, I'm going to a store where I figure I might be able to get a little bit more help than a Walmart, because honestly, I know nothing about this fly rod and I don't know what line to buy. So I need to ask questions. So I think I'm going to go to a place maybe like a Bass Pro Shop. I'm pretty sure the one near us actually has a fly fishing department separate from the fishing department. And I'm hoping those guys in there specialize in that and then I just put wherever. We're also going to be doing probably one of the most original things that has ever been done on a fishing channel on YouTube. We're going to do a mystery tackle box challenge, but with a twist. This is the mystery tackle boxes I'm talking about. These are actually my grandpa's tackle boxes, and I have yet to open those yet. So whatever is in that tackle box is going to be a complete surprise to me, and I'm probably going to do a challenge with my kid where I'm only allowed to use stuff out of my grandpa's tackle box, along with that fly rod over there, if I get that thing going. So you guys are at Bass Pro Shop. This is the Stick Marsh outpost. This is the one close to us, which means yes, we are close to Stick Marsh. And I don't see any. Oh, there's some gators over there. I got a bunch of gators out here. Check them out. Come on, focus. That's the fence. Well, there's some gators over there. We're gonna go inside to see if I can't get some new line for this old fly rod. Now I'm there's nobody at the counter. I'm gonna have to go find somebody to help me out, but I kind of know what I need. I need number 8 fly line for this. I'm gonna need some of these flies too. I don't own any flies. I own nothing for fly fishing. I've never done it at all in my life ever. All this stuff's kind of confusing, so I think I'm gonna need to get some help. And I'm pretty sure the employees are not gonna let me film them helping me. Okay, here's some fly line. It's $30, holy cow. Where's all the fly line? This fly line? No. It's I don't know what's what. Let me see if I can't find some fly line. A fluger. And stuff to make flies, make lures and things. Nice. I could probably make some cool bucktail jigs out of this kind of stuff. So you guys saw the video earlier when we were in Walmart. Now we're in Bass Pro Shop. Now if you notice, Bass Pro Shop, all the reels, rod combos, if you notice, a lot of these have metal handles, or aluminum handles, aluminum spools. The line weight on these is a lot, and they have different types of reels too. They have, this is called a bait caster. Now if you're just starting out fishing, stay away from a bait caster. Try to go with something like a spinning reel. They're just a lot easier to use. And they do have whopper ploppers. And because I'm not going to actually go film the employees because they will immediately tell me to leave, there was someone at the counter to help me. Unlike at Walmart, there was no one there to help me. So I got a whopper plopper. I need a couple more things, so I'm just going to do some random shopping. But I wanted to tell you guys that fly reel that I had gotten from my grandfather, or I'd found in his garage. The person at the fly reel station at Bass Pro advised me not to use that because of its age, and that it would probably fail the minute I tried to use it. And it's a nice piece, and because my grandpa liked Bass Pro so much, he used to actually, before we had one in our area, he would go to Orlando just to go to Bass Pro Shop. So we put the reel up on display in the fly fishing section. So if you're ever in the Bass Pro Shop in Florida, Palm Bay, Florida, right here, it's a Stick Marsh outpost. My grandpa's fly reel is at the top of the station, right in the fly fishing department. I think I might go take a picture of that. That's my grandpa's reel right there. Okay, so we got to, this is the last place I'm going to go to today for as far as fishing stores. But it's a fairly underrated fishing department in this store, and that's we're going into Academy. Now they're very, 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 very strict, at least this one, about filming inside the store, so I'm gonna have to be super, super duper stealthy. Okay, you remember how I said that I think Academy is underrated? And I really do think that, because they have a very good selection of everything. Lines, rods, they have all different types of reels. I mean, they have low profile bait caster reels, they have spin caster reels. I think that's a spin caster. They've also got regular spinning reels, and they have really high end stuff, but they also have really low end stuff too. So there's, you know, this place has it's budget friendly for high end or low end. It's great. And look, they got that fly line I was just about to buy at Bass Pro Shop for half the price. This place has always got some good deals. I mean, they got all these Magellan shirts for 50% off. The only problem is they're supposed to say get them on, and they don't say get them on them anywhere. This is the second store we've been to today that has messed up our shirts. Walmart messed up our hat, and now Academy's messing up our shirts. It's not supposed to say Magellan, it's supposed to say get them on. Okay, so we just got out of Academy Sports, and you know what? I couldn't film a whole lot in there because those people were just following me around, like the employees. And I have actually been told not to film in there a few times. So, a bunch of different rods and reels, every single type you could possibly think of. Heavy rods, light rods, spinning rods, bait caster rods. I mean, they have all of them, catfish rods. They even sell boats inside. Yeah, I got a different shirt on, and I don't have a hat. I promise you it's the same day. It's not a different day. Definitely not a different day. So, we went to Walmart. We went to Bass Pro. We went to Academy. So what should you do? Should you go to Walmart? Should you go to Bass Pro? Should you go to a sports store? Well, in the end, Walmart, and it's not that they have bad stuff, I said. They have good stuff. There's no one there to help you. Bass Pro Shop. Bass Pro Shop has everything you could possibly want, everything you could think of. However, it's very busy. There are a lot of people. There's a lot of stuff. Some of the employees don't know very much about certain things. However, you know, you can find help in a Bass Pro Shop. If you ask somebody, they will help you. Academy, there was somebody at the counter just waiting for someone to ask them a question. That was a perfect place to go. I mean, honestly, I would go to Academy before I would go to Bass Pro Shop, really. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. You know, like I always say, join to get them on family. Have fun fishing.